Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So today we shall be getting a new lockbox, the Enchanting Lockbox, to fit in with the Feywild theme where we are in New Sharandar. And with it we shall be able to obtain a new Mythic mount. This making us be able to obtain now 4 different Mythic mounts. Ideally we would have 10 and then you'll have 100% bolster on all of your characters. Now all of these mounts that are coming out lately are of course all account wide, so that's what makes it really beneficial for playing on multiple characters, as then you don't need to go and purchase lots of, let's say, legendary mounts and spend all those tokens upgrading them. So it is very beneficial to be obtaining these mythic mounts while you can, and the prices really go down after a certain period of the newest lockbox because of the amount of people opening them. The more people who open them, the more are on the auction house, and thus the cheaper they become. So yeah, take advantage of it while you can, and we're going to go and open a bunch of these, and then I'm going to showcase this new mount. The mythic one is new in itself with a new art setup on the structure of the stag, as we can see from other mounts, and then the legendary version, they didn't decide to make a legendary version of the Feywild Stag, they just decided to throw in the Celestial Stag right there. And we can see by its powers it's identical, and with the Feywild Stag it also has the same powers there. The equip power gives the awareness and the accuracy, and the combat power gives the call of the heavens, both having the exact same effects there. The stats on them as current are a bit thrown out because I don't actually have the mount obtained right now. So opening a bunch of these lockboxes, we can see that this lockbox is no different to pretty much all the other ones we've had recently. It has pretty much all the same rewards there in terms of terminal trade bars, enchantments, insignias, jadeite, and then in our utility we have those cubes, the companion and mount tokens, and reward reroll tokens, along with some vouchers and scrolls, etc. You get what I mean. The only things really different here is the new mount here, and also within this Epic Companion Pack we can obtain the Feywild Sylph. The Leprechaun is not new, and neither is the Will-O-Wisp, and nor is the Celestial Stag, although it's been a very long time since this was in a decent lockbox, so not many people have this. So it was quite rare, and I guess now that's out the window. A lot more people will have it. So yeah, we're just gonna open a whole bunch of these, and we'll see how many we have to open to actually get anything decent. Ideally, I want to be getting that Feywild Stag. And that Feywild Stag, then I can go and showcase it to you guys. And there we've obtained the companion pack, so I'll be able to show you guys the Feywild Sylph and see if it's any good. We'll stick it on a character and compare it against some other companions out there. So after opening, I believe it was 84 of them, we finally got our Feywild Stag account wide. Now this Feywild Stag, we'll go and equip it, and then we'll slot it in and we can see what it looks like. So we have the stag, and let's go and mount up, and it has a nice kind of twirly animation, and that's it really. If you've ridden around on a stag before, it's the same visuals pretty much, just looks a bit different. This one being the celestial one, which actually looks a bit cooler in my opinion, and here is the Feywild Stag, a bit more modest. All things considered, I think it fits a bit better. This one seems a bit too cosmetic, this Celestial Stag I'm talking about. A bit too, cosmos and, I guess, out of this world. Anyway, definitely the Feywild Stag looking a whole lot more natural, if you get what I mean. Along with this, we'll be able to jump into Hell Pit now, as that will be available to us as soon as this gets pushed over onto the live server. Should be pretty soon now. Jumping animation for the stag is, yeah, you just make a little skippity hop here, and that's about it. So let's have a look at this new companion, the Feywild Sylph. We've obtained it here. We double click on it, and we can see we have got other Sylph companions out here in the game, but I guess this one is unique in its cosmetic value. At least there's that. Different 4 different looks right here. You can choose your own one and stick with it, whichever you like. That is if you're going to actually obtain this companion. Now, leaving it on its epic rarity, we can go and have a look at what kind of attacks it has. So we jump into combat here, and we can see it's definitely going to be a range focused companion there, with most of its attacks there attacking from a distance. We can actually look at the powers that it's using. It's mainly using the buffeting wings right there. Then it seems to have a dazzling sun ray. We'll see that proc up just now. I believe that was the one that it just did there. And yeah, as we can see, it can daze enemies, it can deal damage over time, and otherwise nothing too special. So here we have the Feywild Sylph on my DPS character. We'll do a quick few minute test and we'll see what kind of damage it compares to, let's say, Xuna or the Paranoid Delusion. So after about a minute and 40 seconds with just testing out the Feywild Sylph, with 100% uptime of combat advantage, we got our DPS to be about 16.8 thousand. Now compare that with, let's say, Xuna, who got about 24.5 thousand DPS, and the Paranoid Delusion with about 27,000 encounter DPS. Now all of these statistics and tests are just against my build and what statistics I had, and I don't think I was using any buff food. No, I wasn't. So these are my statistics right here on my build. So you can do a lot more damage than that, but overall she's not going to be the best, but she's not bad either, at least for single target. For AoE she doesn't seem to have any powers that's going to really do any more damage to other targets, so she's only going to be anything decent, let's say, when you're just in a boss fight and you just have one target. So you can pick her up if you wish to suit up with your character. Now one last thing before I go, I need to show you guys the mount combat power for this Feywild Stag. So we enter in combat and we use the power, and there we go. We basically create the area on the ground and those stars will fall down and deal damage to the targets within the area. And as we can see by looking at the combat power, it will deal a damage over time effect of 115 magnitude for a duration of 8 seconds, with slowing the targets down by 60%. So it can be pretty good for like stopping enemies from dealing lots of damage to you. Can be a decent control effect along with doing an alright amount of damage over time, and it will total up to, I believe, about 1000 magnitude, which is the exact same magnitude at which most all of the other AoE combat powers have. So you won't be losing out on damage by using it, other than if you're doing like burst damage where you like 1 or 2 shot the mobs, then you might be losing out. But if the mobs actually have enough HP to last a duration, then you're still going to maximize your damage by using something like this in an AoE environment. So that's going to be it for everything for this video. If I've missed anything or you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If I presented this well, consider leaving the video a like, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.